Okay, so I'm here with Dr. Lewis Weiss, who is the science advisor for our Alfred P. Sloan film, Nzara 76. Dr. Weiss, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm a professor of medicine and pathology at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, boarded in infectious diseases and boarded in internal medicine. Been in practice for 25 years. I'm a researcher. I run a parasitology lab, which is the study of eukaryotic pathogens, things like malaria, diseases that are often found in increased incidence in less developed countries.
So one of the things we've kind of talked about in the past is a certain test that's done by our main character. It's a test that he uses to kind of determine whether he has been exposed to the Ebola virus or not. And so now that we're starting pre-production, we're getting a little bit more into how to depict this test as accurately as we possibly can. So the test is called an ELISA assay, and could you give us kind of a little bit of background for the uninformed as to kind of what an ELISA assay does?
So an ELISA assay is a way of testing either antibodies or testing the antigen of an organism. It depends on how one is set up the ELISA test. Most commonly right now, they're probably used for detecting antibodies, that is the host response to an organism. And basically, they work by binding something to a piece of plastic in a tube, and then reacting that with the patient's serum, which contains antibody, and then using a detection reagent, which is actually another antibody coupled to some enzyme, which allows one to then tell that an antibody the patient is bound to the pathogen antigen, which is in the tube. And that's where the name comes from. ELISA includes enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay is what it stands for.
Kind of continuing on this thread, we're trying to get a little bit of a sense of what a generic ELISA assay might have looked like in 1976, which I understand is pretty close to when it was first starting to be used.
Yeah, they were being used quite reasonably back in that time frame. They're still used today. It would look relatively similar to what's used today, but you can do it in any sort of thing that usually a plastic type surface. So you can do it even in a regular test tube if you wanted, although commercially, usually done with 96-12 plates because it lends itself to commercial dilutions and testing of plates and standardization.
Why do you think real accurate science and entertainment is important, or do you think it's important?
Well, no, I do think it's important. I think people should see how science is really done and what's really feasible. I mean, technology is making wonderful strides. It's really remarkable what's real in science, and so I think it's good to have accuracy. People should understand the process. The process is interesting and it's human. It's a lot based on hunch and serendipity as much as research in terms of a logical next step. There's a lot of inspiration that goes into real science and a lot of hard work. And for people out in the field, like you're describing Ebola epidemic, there's risk and danger and all those exciting elements that make a good story.
Do you see that as a trend that TV shows and movies are trying harder to get the science right?
I think so. I always hope so. I think it's important for people to understand the scientific process and scientists in general in science, and not to think it's foreign to what they do, because fundamentally underlying a lot of what's important to people is science of varying sorts, all sorts of scientific scientific method applied to things, to improve products, to improve lives, and to begin to understand the human experience, as well as the world experience.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, and good luck with your film. I look forward to actually seeing it, seeing your vision come to life.